My last Clanboss changing video was posted February 17th of 2021, and in that year, a lot more has changed besides me just shaving my head, taking off the glasses, putting on the headphones. Now, instead of doing 3 minutes of manual Clanboss setup every single day, a few times a day, we just kick Turvold out, change up the team, throw in Rugnor Gold Gleam, the epic dwarf, and we're one keying all affinities, fully auto, no manual setup, and it feels so good. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing well. Today, we're going to be talking about some Clanboss stuff. Now, this Clanboss team is not anything innovating, new, exciting. So if you've been using a team like this, you're probably having hopefully pretty good success. The reason why I wanted to make this video, though, is because I haven't seen anybody talk about Rugnor in a Bat Eater team. And until the AI presets came out, Rugnor wasn't usable, at least as far as my knowledge goes, inside a Clanboss team really that well, especially one that was speed tuned because of his A2 ability, boosting his turn meter whenever he uses it, right? So recently, well, I guess several months, maybe even a year, I don't know how long the AI presets have been out, but now Rugnor is usable. And I was really curious if Rugnor could do a 1-key Ultra Nightmare. And to my surprise, we can see right here, Magic Affinity, which is a neutral affinity for my Clanboss team. The only champion here who is not a void champion is Seeker, and he's magic. So the only thing he'd be weak against is Force, right? Now, I've tested this Clanboss, I think, over the last 3 or 4 days. This was against a Force Affinity Demon Lord. You can see up here in the top left corner, it did 71.62 million damage. Close, definitely close, but there was another day where I did 1 key as well, and it seemed to be a pretty consistent amount of damage. And I got rid of the last screenshot from the Clanboss, unfortunately, but across the board, I think Seeker had done like 19 million on Magic Affinity, whereas he's doing 16 million on Force Affinity. So not really a drastic difference. I mean, you're going 2 times for every 1 time the Clanboss goes. I'm not going to get into too much of the details around building a Bat Eater team. Bat Eater's been out so long, and Deadwood has such amazing resources on his website for you guys to follow. So if you already have this team built, or if you're wanting to build the team, just follow that. I want to get into a few of the details that I have surrounding my team that maybe can help you build this if you guys want to switch into using Rugnor for your unkillable team, because I think he's better. Personally, I think it's easier to get a 1-key team with him on all affinities, all difficulties, than it is for somebody who's affinity, like Thane. Draco's going to be pretty easy because he's an amazing champion. But from what I've seen, Thane sometimes, well, she does struggle on Magic Affinity, whereas with my team, the only person who is weak affinity or possible weak affinity is Seeker, and he's not really doing a ton of damage, whereas Thane, if she's going against Magic Affinity and she doesn't land her decreased defense, doesn't land her weaken, doesn't land her poisons, then it kind of all spirals out of control, right? So let me jump in here to Nightmare and show you guys what my presets are. So this is going to be very important. The presets let me literally set it to auto from right here. I just press battle and I can walk away. And ever since I've done that, it's been pretty smooth. Now, you do want to make sure the speeds all line up. If you mess with your faction guardians, you will have to know, hey, this could mess my team up. But this is my preset. So I have Painkeeper set to user combat tactics, number 1. Number 2 is Spectacular Sweep. Rugnor, don't use the Gold Mad Frenzy because it's going to mess up your stuff, at least as far as I'm aware. I don't know how to speed tune to that, if it's even possible. So just don't use that. Maneater, set to this is the slow Maneater set to open with the Pummel. And this is the fast Maneater set to open with the Ancient Blood. And then after that, everything is smooth. Seeker, he just does what he does, right? Seeker, no presets there, but these are the presets. I'll go through it one more time in case you guys are just scrubbing through the video, seeing how you can build it. And then I want to jump in and talk about the kind of small details that allow this to be possible, okay? So first off, you want everybody to have 100% crit rate because getting those crits are nice, right? Takes out some of that RNG factor in there. Also, everybody's going to have War Master or Giant Slayer. I guess it depends on what kind of team you're using, but for my team, everybody has War Master. You can see all their masteries. Their masters are very similar. This one Maneater is a little bit different, but I'll explain that in just a second. Everybody's basically exactly the same as far as that goes. Now, Deadwood Jedi's website, you can see down here that it says Painkeeper can have Retribution Mastery if she's at least 8 speeds slower than Seeker. So my Painkeeper is sitting at 241 speed, and Seeker is sitting at 250 speed, so like 9 speeds slower. I wanted to make sure there was a healthy gap. So she does have the Retribution Mastery, which helps proc more of those War Master hits, giving me some more damage across the board. And you can see in this video right here, Painkeeper did 7.4. Actually, I don't think I had her with the War Master or the Retribution Mastery this time, I think I had her in a different tree. So this should be even more damage at this point. Today I did what, 78 million damage, so a little bit above 1 key. But to be honest, past 1 key doesn't really matter. As long as you get 1 key Ultra Nightmare, it'll do 1 key everything else, no problem. Yesterday I did 1 key all the way down to the normal. I had an extra Clanboss key, so I used that. And normal, I just killed the whole boss in 1 key. So that was pretty nice. Got some extra chests, hoping to get a good stockpile of Ancient Shards, Void Shards, Sacred Shards, maybe. I got like 3 legendary books today, which is pretty crazy. But I think a lot of people, hopefully, if you have Rugnor, you might be able to find value in this. I want to show you guys what damage I did, 78 million. But let's jump in here and talk about the champions and their gearing, okay? So when we're looking at the gear, Rugnor, he's in Relentless set, okay? Relentless gear on the damage dealer is basically the #1 go-to because it doesn't matter how many extra turns the damage dealer gets because they're going to get unkillable placed on them right before the Clanboss attacks. That's just Bad Eater setup, okay? Now with Rugnor, I do have Revenge Accessories. If you have Revenge Accessories, throw them on him. He's going to have Retribution as well, so he's going to get counterattacks from there, but the more counterattacks you can get from your DPS, or really anybody, the better it's going to be, except for Painkeeper. You may not want to have Revenge Accessories on her because that could possibly throw things off. I don't know for sure, but with Rugnor, it's not going to be no problem whatsoever, right? So Revenge Accessory, perfect. Now, I did have another Revenge Accessory here. I opted to not go with that one because it doesn't give me enough accuracy. For Rugnor, you're going to need that 250 accuracy. The speeds are all exactly copy and pasted from Deadwood Jedi's website. Here's the speed ranges. I would go with these, not with what I have, because with what I have may be too specific for your account. So work with this 218 to 227 range versus just looking at mine and saying, oh, I need 218. So I'll link that down below. But pushing attack, pushing speed, accuracy, very, very important. He's actually the only person on the team who needs accuracy. Nobody else even benefits from accuracy whatsoever. So typical, just get the most damage you can out of your damage dealer. Turn off his A2 ability. If he's booked, you really want him booked because you want that decreased defense and weaken to land. But I mean, it's your Clanboss team. You're going to be using them every day, forever. So make sure you invest in these champions. Get them set up well. Revenge Accessories are great if you have them. The first Maneater, this one is my slow Maneater, I do believe, so 245 speed, where the other Maneater is 271 speed. Now you'll see that on this Maneater, I have a Toxic set. This Maneater also has a little bit different mastery setup. Let me look at Rugnor's masteries. Like I said, these are going to be the same basically across the board. Retribution, War Master, getting a little bit extra damage throughout the thing. Now, Maneater, these are a little bit different. He is in Toxic set. He's my slower Maneater. So my slower Maneater, I had the gear to throw the Toxic gear. I had the ability to throw the Toxic gear on him. If you can't throw it on your Maneater, you can throw it on your Painkeeper. You can throw it on really whoever. Basically, my idea was that I preferably wanted it on somebody who's going to be doing an attack each turn. Painkeeper does her, she does the A3 ability isn't a attack. Maneater's A3 ability also isn't an attack. But on this Maneater, I threw on the Master Hexer, which has a chance to extend the debuff from the Toxic set. So basically making it a 3-turn, I'm pretty sure, instead of a 2-turn poison. So that does help me keep it a little bit more consistent. Seeker is also in a Toxic set as well, but he is weak affinity on force. So sometimes I guess they don't always land, but I've noticed very consistent across the board. So either way, you do want to kind of be mindful that if you notice some reason your Rugnor not being able to keep up the decreased defense and weaken because of the poisons, maybe take off one of the poison sets and just allow him to do a little bit more damage. But right now, my Maneater has just focused on the speed. I don't want any accuracy preferably because I don't want him landing the decreased attack. If he lands a decreased attack, it just basically takes more turns for the Clanboss to start dealing basically enough damage to activate the Retribution Mastery, but they're going to land decreased attack because they're attacking 2 times for every 1 time the Clanboss is going. But this Maneater's in Toxic set. I also have him in Revenge Accessory, so if he gets some counterattacks, great. Better chance to apply more poisons, and so far, I haven't noticed it being bad. Haven't noticed me putting too many poisons up on the boss. It seems to be pretty well and working fairly well. Like I said, I've done like 3 or 4 Ultra Nightmare keys the last few days, and every one has been about that same range, like 71 on force, and then up to like 78, 79 on other affinities. The second Maneater is fast. No Revenge Accessories on him. I just didn't have any to put on him. If I did, I would have used them. The Masteries on the first one, if you guys want to check it out. There we go. The Masteries on the second one. Like I said, very, very similar, if not the same to Rugnor's. Basically, Retribution, War Master. Having Rugnor's Leech on his A1 ability helps me keep my HP full and, well, keep it up pretty high. Obviously, every time a Clanboss attack, it's going to drop down. But it helps to make sure that those Retribution procs as frequently as possible, right? I mean, every time they lose 25% of their max HP, they have a 50% chance to counterattack. In those late rounds of the Clanboss, they're counterattacking, everybody's counterattacking majority of the time, right? So most of the time, we're getting several counterattacks throughout the rounds, and it does help stack up the damage quite a bit. Now with Seeker, he has the other toxic set on him as well. He does have a revenge accessory, same thing. If you can fit revenge accessories on him, do it. It's perfect. In the later rounds may not matter as much, but hey, more counterattacks, the better. Revenge accessories, I love them, guys. I absolutely love them. I've talked about them so many times, but the Masteries for him are exactly the same. Retribution, War Master, okay? Pretty common across the board. The gear, toxic set. If you can make it work, make it work. If not, maybe get it on your Painkeeper. Painkeeper doesn't have super high speed requirements, so you may be able to fit that on her as well. 241. Make her speed tune with Seeker appropriately if you want her to have in Retribution Mastery, which I definitely recommend. But these are my speeds. These are my Masteries on her. No real details on her. I don't have her in Revenge Accessories because I don't know if her A1 would throw the team off. I bet it would if she had Revenge Accessories. Maybe not though. I mean, she can run the Retribution without it, but not something I wanted to test. It did perfectly fine the way it was. So these are my champions. These are my stats. These are my speeds. You already see my presets. Basically, guys, this is a pretty good option, I think, especially if you are somebody who's struggling with a affinity-based damage dealer inside of your Maneater team, not one-keying the Clanboss. Something for you to consider, right? It's another option. A lot of people, I think, have Rugnor. I mean, he was part of a fusion a while back, so if you do, hopefully you can build this team, get some similar stats. You've seen my attack and all my stats on all my champions, so if you can build close to these stats, you should be perfectly fine with a pretty consistent one-key Ultra Nightmare team, and all affinities, actually. So this team is turn 1 full auto. You literally just start it up, let it run auto. I'm not going to run a Clanboss match right here. You can see this one in this video. So it's literally just, it's nothing exciting, right? It's just a Clanboss, runs through 71 million damage at the end. So yeah, turn 50, everybody dies, 71.62 million damage. Today we did 78.05 Nightmare. I'll just turn it on, let it go full auto, no problem. I've done full auto all the way down to normal, and it works perfectly fine. So guys, if you all want to use Rugnor in your Clanboss team, go ahead, throw him in there. He works great, very solid option. Honestly, my other option was Fane, but I feel like she's harder to get to work on affinities. So affinity-friendly team, the only one that's struggling is Force Affinity. So as long as you can one-key Force, you know, hey, you can one-key everything because Seeker is only going to struggle on Force, and that's only struggling with landing the War Master and landing the poisons, and past that, doesn't really matter. I've noticed my teams that I've watched be perfectly fine. So guys, hopefully your Clanboss team is going well. I don't make a ton of Clanboss team videos because there's people out there who are much better at it than me. I'm Deadwood Jedi, and I just don't really do much experimentation with my Clanboss, though I will be doing more on the free-to-play account because I'm still going through that journey. Once you get to the point of the game where you have your 2 Maneaters, whatever it is, you kind of just get into a lane and you stick with it and you just log in and do your Clanboss, let it run auto, collect your rewards, nothing much past that, unless you enjoy thinking of new teams, theory crafting Clanboss, which I don't really enjoy it that much. So guys, we got what we got, and I'm happy with it. So I want to share this with you guys. Like I said, I haven't seen any videos talking about Rugnor one-keying Ultra Nightmares. So hopefully you found video in this value. No, hopefully you found value in this video. But with that said, guys, thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your week, rest of your weekend, whatever it is, wherever you're at. And I'll catch you all in the next one.